We've got tips and recipes for healthy living. So for fun and inspiration, come and join us in the raw food world.
Welcome everybody to the Raw Food World Kitchen with Matt Monarch. And today, what we are doing is making a recipe that I just discovered. I've never done it before, but I know this is going to be the most ridiculous recipe in the world. It sounds impossible, but this is going to taste exactly like raw hash browns, straight from McDonald's. That's how good this is going to be. Maybe you remember a previous video in the past where we did a crab cake recipe, which is off the hook awesome. Well, I'm going to make it into hash browns. The lecithin is the key ingredient that I might have forgotten in that crab cake video if it's not in there. And we just got Raya and Mama, Angela, just got back from our neighbor's house right across the street over there with the most amazing zucchinis. I'm going to hit this up. We are rocking the house. One more thing. We also just from our greenhouse got these huge, amazing cucumbers. Like ridiculous amounts of them. And I was skinning them and cutting them in pieces for Araya, and I got my sweet knives out, and I was making them really fine. And that's in Spanish, and English is really, really thin. And she's like, more. So I kept cutting, and I got to use my knives. But I ended up with all of these cucumbers, little flat cucumber things. So I decided to dehydrate them and try to make some cucumber chips. I have no idea if this is going to work out. What I did was I took lecithin from Health Force with C-Clear, which is a miso type thing, mixed that all together, put them in the dehydrator, and then I made another one with cashews and Parmesan and mixed all that together. And here, let me go get them for you. I'll show you what we're doing. Here they are in the dehydrator. They might end up not tasting good, but this is how you discover it. This is how the greats in the world come up with things that have never been seen before, like the raw garlic bread pizza we're going to share with you in a future near video. Never been seen before. It tastes just like deep dish pizza. People thought it was real pizza, straight from the dehydrator. Do you hear me? So this will either be a great thing or another rubbish thing, but regardless, so you know, most things turn out rubbish, to be honest with you, but Thomas Edison didn't have 10,000 failures, he had 10,000 successes. All right, everybody, I got a lot of work to do here. I got to cut up onions and zucchinis, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in a moment. This is by far the coolest organic zucchini I've ever seen in my life. I almost just want to eat it here. It's just like, I don't even know how to explain this. It's almost like rubber and just so lush, and man, I hope this is focused in on HD, like we could see the pores of this. Look at this, man. It's like, what does that look like? It's almost like it's just crazy. Look at that. Oh, it's almost like avocado or, no, artichoke. It's like artichoke. And it's like wet. It's like, it doesn't get better than this. 20-minute video on peeling a zucchini. Breaking news alert. Breaking news alert, everybody. Breaking news alert. You're not going to believe this. This just came in straight from the garden. Fresh scuzz, strawberries in English. Look at these bad boys. Wild strawberries. Araya is going to have a ball with these. All right. And Anasha, you got to tell me about these zucchinis. I got to learn how to... Oh, man. For instance... this was one disaster I made just the other day. Remember I dumped too much stevia in there and I was like, well, My wife took one bite and was like, what? Should we give these to the dogs? And I'm like, no, so much precious food in here. And then Lynn writes to me saying, oh, Matt, I saw you do my recipe on the recipe site. It was such a nice one. I'm like, I totally screwed. Remember, I dumped too much stevia in there. And she's like, don't worry, Matt, I've got your back on this one. And I was like, what? She said, pretty much just take all this, throw it back in the blender, and I'm going to use the Vitamix this time. I'm going to be using a Vitamix sometimes and a Blendtec other times. Sometimes one's good for some things and some's good for other things. And I could sense that the Vitamix would be better for this. However, my friend just got this new blender that's never even been seen before that does everything that you can possibly imagine, which I'm going to get one and test and everything like that just to make sure, because I couldn't believe this thing, but that'll be in the near future. So she said, Matt, just take the whole thing, even the goji jam in the middle. This is loaded with stevia. We're going to just throw it all in there. We're going to blend it with more cashews, and then we make another sauce, and we don't add anything else to it, and we're set. We're set. And my wife will be like, ah, and I'll be like, ah, and everybody like, ah. So let's fix this. Let's do it right now. I'm just going to dump it right in here. Actually, I'm going to make the cashew sauce, put it in there, and do all that fun stuff. See you in a minute. Okay, so I made the cashew base with some coconut in there and coconut water, and now I'm just going to throw these guys in like this. Booyah, booyah. And this video has turned into like 3 different recipes. Maybe we should just end this video right here and then do a part 2 of this raw hash browns. Oh man, people are going to kill me if I do that. But people will be here for like 30 minutes if I do it that way. Ugh. All right, guys. So here we are. I'm going to go blend this down and then just do the recipe all over again. This is Mad Monarch. Rockin' 3 raw food recipes today. We got the cucumber chips, the beginning of something, and this. And we'll see you next time at the Raw Food World TV show. Okay, what I'm doing is food processing the zucchini. And it makes really tiny shreds, this particular food processor, which is pretty cool. So we're making really tiny shreds. You could do thick shreds, it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. I don't even want this little one that we were just like drilling over before. I don't even want to put in here. Look at that. Look at that. Just... Okay, and then what we're going to do is dry it a little bit on a clean towel and then put the other ingredients in. We'll see you in a bit. Look at that zucchini, everybody. Zucchini looks incredible. Okay, so what we're going to do, firstly, I'd like to say that the recipe of the thumbprint lemon cookies are really good. I just messed it up with too much stevia, so we don't have to think like it's a bad recipe. It's a really, really good recipe. Just don't dump a half a bottle of stevia in there and you're set. All right, so in this bad boy, what we've got is this amount of onions are key. This is pretty much the crab cake recipe, but I'm turning it into hash browns. So a lot of onions is important. I wish I had a little bit more zucchini, but it doesn't even matter. Just as much of this as you possibly can. And then celery, about the same amount. There's a little bit less here, which is good. And for hash browns, maybe it's not the best to put this in, but it's so good, it's just ridiculous. It doesn't even matter. So we're gonna dump it all in there. Booyah, booyah. And I thought there was gonna make a little bit more zucchini, so I might have made too much Brazil nut powder, which is just blended Brazil nuts or food processed, and ground flax. So we're going to put this in next. I might not use that whole entire amount. It's a lot. But dill. Dill. This would have been for crab cakes. I'm still putting it in here anyways. Woo! I've never done dill before because we never have it. Just load it in I'm not gonna met. Was that too much? Dang! This time though, dill can't, too much dill can't, okay. However, this is the secret hash brown ingredient that nobody knows about. It is the Health Force lecithin powder, non-GMO. We need to put loads of this stuff in there. So we're just gonna load this in. This is good for choline, for brain development. I know it, that's a lot. Okay. This kind of makes it taste fishy, even though these are kelp tablets, even though we're not making crab cakes today. I'm just making the recipe exactly the same because it tasted close to hash browns. I'm just taking it to another little level with a couple tweaks in here. We're gonna get it ridiculous. It's the very end differences I'm gonna make that are gonna take this to a whole new level of hash brown madness. And remember, a long time ago in a recipe, I told you that I discovered a way to make McDonald's Filet-O-Fish taste. I gotta make that one day too. It's ridiculous. It's actually nasty. I can't even stand Filet-O-Fishes. It's just my mom used to make me eat them. So it was like, oh, now I have to like eat this, and it's just a memory of like some sort of like childhood fantasy, and I just want to like put that in my mouth again. It's just like, all right, I think that's enough. Maybe one more. What else am I missing? We'll put a little bit of cayenne in here. You're supposed to put mustard seed powder, but I can't find it. Where's the cayenne? Just a bit. All right, I think I got everything. Let's mix this a little bit before I put that in so I can see what's going on in here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. The onion smell. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Let's just go for it. We're going to start out with half of this. Brazil nuts ground down, a little bit more than half. And then we're going to put half of this guy in there. This is another key ingredient. This makes it breaded type deal. And then we're going to mix this a bit. There's one more secret ingredient that goes into the crab cakes, which I should probably, let me just mix this a little bit. It's a cashew dressing, which is just cashews, water, and lime juice. And you could put wasabi in there if you want, but we're not going to do that. And then you just pour that on top of here. I actually had this cashew dressing already, so we're set with that. We have a couple cashew dressings here. Here's one. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Go get a spoon? Yeah. A spatula. Boop, 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 boop. Bam. Bam. That's definitely not enough. It's all about the sauce. I also made Angela raw burgers recently, and I made her this cashew sauce with Sea Clear. I think Sea Clear would be awesome in here, so we're just gonna throw this in there. Whew. I might even want to throw more Sea Clear in here, actually. Let's just keep going with this. I got one more jar of cashew butter here. This is Sea Clear, the ultimate miso in the world. right. Lastly, I can make more cashew sauce for myself later. We gotta make these really good. All right, here we go. Let's see how this does. The smell is divine. I'll just eat this whole thing right now. Here we go. More lecithin. Sweating a little bit there. Hoping I didn't put too much flax in. All right. So then what we do is we put this on the dehydrator sheets. Put it in the dehydrator. We're going to put it in squares so it's like a hash brown. And then there's another step. So we'll see. We're going to see in a bit. I think I'm going to add some more cashew sauce here. Due to too much flax involved. All right. Okay, everybody. So now what we did was we put them on the Teflex sheets on top of the dehydrator. See? I make no sense. I make no sense. One more time. All right, everybody, what we did is we took all of the batter of the hash browns and put them right on these dehydrator sheets with Teflex sheets. So I'm going to show you guys right now. Check it out. Woo, look at how beautiful that is. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Let's do a focus on that bad boy. Bam. We're going to put this in the dehydrator now. Probably overnight at a low temperature. I made them really big, so the inside is kind of soft still. And we'll see in a bit. Okay, everybody, what we're doing is I put Sachinchi oil in this one, and I'm going to put olive oil in this one because I want to try two different kinds, just in case one's better than the other. And I got my little brush. This is the secret hash brown ingredient. Angela, I kind of blew it and told her, but you remember they have oil all over it. So this is just, it's only been in here on 105 for a very short amount of time. So I'm going to put some oil, just like 2 dabs into here on each, like this, and then just brush the entire thing. And then it's going to like seep in there, I'm assuming. And I'm going to do this on every single one. And then in like 5 hours, before I go to bed, I'll do it again. And then in the morning, I'll do it again. And then at the very end, I'll do it again, like probably a lot more, just so she gets the hash brown thing. This is going to turn crispy brown like hash browns, you'll see. This is going to be awesome. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, everybody. I flipped them. Not this one yet. It's even beginning to look like hash browns. This is incredible. So what I do is take another Teflex sheet, put it like that, take that, put it like that, and then go, and then, oh man, these are just total hash browns here. So what I'm probably gonna do is brush a little bit of oil on this side now, and then call it a night. Keep them going at 107 maybe, because it's 8 hours of, I don't want it to get too cooked here. And I'm gonna start brushing the oil on. See you in a bit. Okay, just woke up everybody. These have been on at 105, really light temperature because it was overnight and it was a long time. I didn't want them to get too hard, but they're looking more and more like hash browns. The bottom side is a little oily and they're crispy. So we're gonna up the temperature before for like 4 hours. And also we're gonna get rid of the Teflex sheet now and use a mesh sheet so the oil seeps through the bottom. So we're gonna go like this and do it again. Hash brown galore. I'm gonna do this with all of them. See you in a bit. Are we ready to try the raw hash browns?
Yes.
I've got two different kinds, my love. I've got one in olive oil and one in sacha inchi oil, so maybe you could try one of each.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go get it. We'll be right back. Okay, everybody, this is a raw hash brown.
That actually looks very authentic. That's pretty amazing. Wow.
It's warm, gotta eat it quick. We've got a sauce here that I made. It's kind of like a, what do you want to call it?
Ta-ta.
Tartar sauce type deal.
Let's just try some on its own first.
Still squishy on the inside.
Oh my goodness. Ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, right?
This is Matt Monarch, rocking the ridiculous hash brown recipe. Does it taste like a hash brown?
Kind of, yeah. It tastes yummers.
When it
Yeah, thanks, Ray Ray.
when it gets more, this is just the first day. It's gonna get harder and harder, like the flax, drier and drier. So it's probably gonna taste more and more like hash brown, is what I'm guessing.
It's ridiculous, whatever it is.
And is it like oily, like? And the beautiful goddess, Angela Stokes Monarch, and Mariah Berry Monarch, Negro, Negro, and Matt Monarch, Negro. And we'll see you next time at the Raw Food World TV show.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again at the Raw Food World.